Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today I'm going to be showing you how to automate the process of making biofuel. The video was requested by a member of the community, and I was very happy to put it together, so hopefully it helps you out as well. If you find this video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click like, but most importantly, please remember to hit that subscribe button, so that way you can see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. Okay. So, a few things we're going to need for this process. The big one is going to be a crusher. So it's going to actually make the biofuel. Crusher, you're going to need 4 pieces of redstone, 2 buckets of lava, a steel casing, and 2 basic control circuits. Your crusher. You're also going to need a trash void, trash can of any kind, but I like the void. It's going to be an iron ingot, a chest, and 5 iron nuggets. Next, we're going to need a hopping bonsai pot. That's going to be a regular bonsai pot and a hopper combined. And we're going to need an item extraction cable. We'll need a couple of these. It's going to be a dropper, weighted pressure plate, or iron nuggets. Energy extraction cable, which is the same thing except redstone dropper. Okay. You're also going to need an RF power source of some generator, reactor, any of those will work. In this situation, I'm just using a creative battery. You can also make a regular battery and you can power it using solar, as I have all of my systems. Again, any RF source will do. Go ahead and grab stuff we were looking at here. All right. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to take an energy extraction cable. We're going to take it coming from our power source. That's what's going to power our reactor. Our crusher. Placing the crusher in front of that. Now it is getting power. Right click on there, we'll see it has power on its right hand side. The bar is full, it is getting RF. Next, we're going to want to set a chest, 2 spaces separate, and a trash void, 2 more separate from that. We're going to take our item extraction cable. We're going to put one coming from the chest on either side. See, this side isn't connected yet. We'll get to that in a moment. This one's going into the trash void. This is crusher. Now, you're going to use any type of sapling that you like. So in this situation, I'm using a dirt sapling because it's very easy to get a hold of. Our hopping bonsai is going to go on top of the chest. We're going to put dirt or any of the mulches inside of that. For this item extraction cable that's coming from the chest to the crusher, go in, speed up the transfer rate to maximum, change it from blacklist to whitelist, and put the sapling that we're using there. This means that whitelist, only dirt saplings will go through this cable into the crusher. Opposite side, bump that one up to 64 as well. We're going to leave it on blacklist and put the dirt sapling there again. It means it's going to take everything except dirt saplings and put them into the trash. Now, if you want the other items, such as the leaves or anything else that's coming out of the sapling, you can instead have this going into some form of inventory or even filing cabinet. Usually by this point, though, you have so many different saplings making stuff, you won't need it. So I just have it going into the trash void dependency. We're also going to take an item extraction cable, and we're going to place that on top of our crusher going up. And then we're going to need to put a chest on top of that. Okay? So this chest, where all of the materials from the sapling are going to go inside. We're going to take saplings into the crusher, everything else into the trash void. The crusher is going to make our biofuel, and then it's going to put the biofuel up here into this chest. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to configure the crusher. Go in here, click up here where it says side configuration. We want to turn auto eject to on. This is what's going to eject products that the crusher has made into the next device. So in this situation, to eject the biofuel into this chest. Anytime you're using any of the mechanism machines and you want that machine to automatically kick out or export into a cable or pipe, you want to make sure that that auto eject is turned on. The next thing we want to do is make sure these are set up. So this is the left configuration. We want input, because our items are going to be coming from the chest on the left. Got output going up. And we have energy coming in from the back. Now, if you're unsure of this configuration setup and how this works, I will link a tutorial down in the description that just goes over how the different mechanism configurations work, I do recommend checking that. It's still not connected. That's okay. At this point, it's not connected because nothing is happening. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our sapling in here. That's going to start to grow. As it does, we'll just go ahead and look into the chest. Nothing in there yet. In a minute. It's slow because it's just dirt. And now you can use the different mulches in here to increase the speed of your growth in your hopping bonsai. And I definitely recommend that. Once you have the higher level mulches, it'll make a huge difference in how fast this process works. Okay. That dropped in there, and there were no saplings that came out of that one. Just other stuff, and all the junk went out. And it doesn't always drop everything. So let's show this a little bit faster. Okay, we're going to put the hopping bonsai back down. In this situation, I'm going to grab blue mulch, which is the fastest growth mulch possible. I'm going to put that in here. Now we're going to put our sapling in, and you'll see the difference in growth immediately. Now, as it's done that, you'll see that this pipe has now connected to the crusher because now it has something to put in it, putting in the saplings. The reason I like to have the chest here is because sometimes if this is going faster than the crusher, then your excess saplings will build up inside the chest, and you won't have to worry about it really clogging up. And even with this extra fast mulch, it's normally going to keep up with it in the crusher. Okay. Now that the crusher is crushing those, you'll see that there's nothing in the output spot. Normally the biofuel would point into, and that's because it's going up here into the chest. We have 4 biofuel. And you can, instead of having this going to a chest, again, you could feed it directly into some type of inventory system, simple storage, any of the filing cabinets, or a crate. You could use a wireless item transfer module to wirelessly go to a different chest or a different storage unit somewhere else. A lot of different ways you can input and output these if you want the extra items, but this is just a way to automate the process as a whole. Again, if you're looking to increase the speed of this process, you could add a second chest, hopping bonsai, mulch, sapling. Now I have twice as much that's going in there. I'm going to feed all that stuff in there much faster. This will keep the crusher going, and eventually, depending on the speed, you may have a situation where the saplings start to build up. Of course, you can go up here to the upper right, and you can add speed and power upgrades as well to make this machine, the crusher, go faster and more energy efficient. This is a very simple startup, a basic way to automate the process of biofuel. That will let you go ahead and really just build up that product and let it go without you having to worry about it too much. See here now there's 2 saplings because, again, we're getting more saplings than we are getting ability to speed through. So again, the energy upgrades would work, power upgrades. If you really wanted to go a little crazy here, go ahead and break these for just a second. We wanted to go in here and we wanted to take, let's say instead of crusher, we want to grab one of the crushing factories. Go ahead and grab a crushing factory here. The crushing factory works pretty much the same way crusher does, except it has multiple setups. We're going to go in and make sure our auto eject is on. Input, input, output. All of those are correct. Go in here and we're going to drop these down again. Blue mulch in. Oops, this one. And our dirt. Same situation. It's going to start feeding the saplings into here. We got our configuration correctly. I don't believe I have. Input from there. It's getting power. It is. Oh, there we go. It just took a minute for it to kick in. So if we go to auto sort and turn that on inside of any of the crushing factories, as the saplings start coming through, it'll feed into multiple different locations. So that way you don't have to worry about it really clogging up as badly. And you can also put more speed upgrades in here as well. So, and if you really wanted a lot of biofuel, you could have, instead of just these 2 chests, you could have 2 more chests with hoppers on top and have those connecting to the chest and just have everything, multiple hoppers feeding into this one chest, all going into here and going into your crushing factory. Important thing again is to make sure that the auto eject is turned on, so that way it'll kick it out and that you're configured correctly, putting it in the chest up here, and it will just continue to make as long as you have power in those saplings. So again, A couple different ways to set that up. Early game, just the basic crusher will normally give you a lot. Biofuel isn't needed for a whole lot of different things. But if you do need it and you don't want to go through the trouble of making it, that's an easy way of automating it. Alrighty, so that's going to do us for this tutorial today. If you have any questions about this tutorial or any of my tutorials, please be sure to put those down in the comments, and I'll do my very best to get back with you as quickly as I possibly can, as well as if you have any recommendations or suggestions for other tutorials that you'd like to see in Sky Factory 4. I'm always looking for new ideas. This tutorial itself was a recommendation for the community. You can also go to my website, Onlydraven.com, and there at the homepage you'll find streaming schedule. You'll also find down at the bottom a way to send in via email questions, recommendations, or suggestions, as well as a lot of other information like links to all my tutorials, videos, as I mentioned, streaming schedule, links to the ODG store for cool ODG merch, and a lot of other different resources. I do recommend checking out the website. That is going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.